Altruism, at its core, involves a selfless concern for the well-being of others. It is a beautiful virtue that leads to many acts of kindness and compassion in our society. However, sometimes altruism is used as a disguise by narcissists with a manipulative agenda. In this video we shall explore the shadowy world of covert narcissism disguised by fake altruism. At first glance, covert narcissists often appear to be the paragons of generosity and compassion. They go above and beyond to present themselves as selfless individuals, always willing to lend a helping hand. However, when we start peeling back the layers, we discover an unsettling reality: a hidden agenda driven by self-centeredness and a deep thirst for admiration. Beneath their seemingly altruistic facade, covert narcissists strategically manipulate situations and people to serve their own personal interests. Their acts of kindness and generosity are not driven by genuine empathy, but rather by a calculated desire to gain the trust and admiration of others. They view these interactions as opportunities to secure their own position of power and control. What makes covert narcissism particularly deceptive is the lack of conspicuous self-promotion commonly seen in their overt counterparts. While overt narcissists may openly boast about their achievements and seek constant validation, covert narcissists prefer to adopt a more subtle approach. They use their supposed altruism as a means to build a positive image of themselves in the eyes of others, hiding their true intentions behind a mask of benevolence. It's important to note that covert narcissists can be especially convincing because they actually do help others, but only if it benefits them in some way. They carefully choose when and how to extend their assistance, always ensuring that it aligns with their personal gain. This calculated manipulation makes it challenging to identify their true nature, as they can easily blend in and fly under the radar. The following examples will shed light on the subtle tactics used by covert narcissists to maintain a facade of generosity while stealthily advancing their own interests. Covert narcissists often immerse themselves in charity work or philanthropy. However, their involvement in such voluntary work is not driven by genuine concern or compassion, but rather by a calculated desire to gain public recognition and feed their insatiable ego. Covert narcissists tend to be very strategic when it comes to dispensing their acts of generosity. Their kindness is often directed solely towards individuals who have the potential to enhance their social standing or provide some form of benefit in return. In public settings, covert narcissists will go above and beyond in helping others. However, these generous acts are typically performed with a specific audience in mind. Their primary goal is to maximize visibility and receive applause for their actions, showcasing their virtuous nature to the world. Initially, covert narcissists will appear to be totally supportive of their friends or partners. However, this support comes with the underlying expectation of unwavering loyalty and constant affirmation from the other person. They rely on these relationships to fulfill their own needs, often disregarding the well-being and individuality of the other party. Covert narcissists will strategically help people, not out of genuine kindness, but rather as a means to build up a bank of obligations. Their assistance invariably comes with strings attached. By creating a sense of obligation, they establish a measure of control over the other person. They use this control to influence decisions, actions, and behaviors, ultimately serving their own interests. These exploitative behaviors in relationships demonstrate a disregard for the genuine well-being and autonomy of others. A covert narcissist may take someone under their wing, purportedly to guide them, but in truth they do so to exploit their position to assert dominance and maintain a sense of superiority. This twisted power dynamic undermines the mentee's autonomy and hinders their ability to flourish. Covert narcissists often loudly proclaim their ethical convictions and integrity. However, if one were to take a look at their real-life choices, these would paint a different picture, exposing self-serving motives that lie beneath the surface. Identifying covert narcissism can be a challenging task, both in personal and professional contexts. Its subtle nature requires closer examination and a deep understanding of the telltale signs to effectively recognize it. The following are some key indicators to look out for. Covert narcissists have a tendency to appear helpful and supportive whenever there is an audience to witness their generosity. This is because their intentions are driven by a desire to gain admiration and validation from others. When covert narcissists perceive that their efforts are not being publicly recognized or valued, they are likely to withdraw emotionally, and their generosity will disappear into thin air. Covert narcissists also have a knack for highlighting their own sacrifices and contributions, often going to great lengths to ensure that others are aware of their supposed selflessness. By becoming attuned to these patterns and paying attention to these subtle cues, you can begin to discern manipulation from genuine kindness and protect yourself from emotional exploitation in personal and professional relationships. Taking the time to understand these red flags is crucial for maintaining healthy boundaries and fostering positive connections. Defending oneself from the influences of covert narcissism starts with heightened awareness and solid personal boundaries. It's important to recognize and trust your intuition if a relationship or interaction doesn't feel quite right. Set firm limits on what behaviors you will accept from others. Covert narcissists often test these boundaries, so being consistent and assertive will send a clear message that manipulation will not be tolerated. Take time to reflect on your interactions. Analyze whether you feel enhanced or drained after engaging with someone suspected of covert narcissism. This can help identify one-sided relationships where your needs are not being met. Surround yourself with people who validate your feelings and experiences. These individuals can provide an outside perspective and help you discern if you are dealing with a covert narcissist. Learning more about narcissistic behaviors can empower you to spot the signs early on. Knowledge is a powerful tool that can help you understand when altruistic actions may have selfish motivations. Investing in your own happiness and well-being can strengthen your resilience against covert narcissistic tactics. Engage in activities that bring you joy and replenishment. If you find yourself grappling with covert narcissism disguised as altruism, or if you're seeking to help others in similar situations, seeking professional guidance from psychologists and therapists can equip you with the necessary tools to overcome these challenges and cultivate healthier, more authentic relationships. For more information about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.